What is up, guys? It is DMG here, and today we're going to be going over some new FIFA 19 features and gameplay. And yes, I know everyone and their goddamn mother have made a video like this, but I still want to go over it because I haven't really looked that in-depth into it, and it's still going to be awesome just discussing this with you guys. So I know I've been uploading some like Fortnite videos recently, but this is mainly a FIFA channel. So as you guys know, I'm really fucking hyped for all this shit, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some stuff that's maybe not as important, right? We're going to look at pack animations, maybe some new icons, all that stuff. And then we're going to go into gameplay and into, Ultimate Team stuff. So first thing is kind of just the pack animation I want to look over is, and this is like it's not a video of it, but it's just a picture of it, right? And that's kind of just the main thing of it. And I know a lot of people said they don't really like it that much. Personally, I actually do kind of like it. I like how it's like a stage, really, and I know the last few times it's kind of been like a field, right? They walk out from the field. I like kind of the stage setup, right? All the lights, all the kind of stage lights from below as well. I actually don't mind the lettering in the back either. The only thing I don't really like is the card itself. It's very like small. Like if you pack an icon, you should know, right? And there's like the smoke, the lights, the fireworks, all that stuff, but the card itself is like super, super small. And it also looks like it's a silver card, a bronze or a silver card. So pretty much just like the presentation of that card itself is kind of the only thing wrong with it, in my opinion. Otherwise, I actually don't mind it that much. So now we're just going to kind of look at some of the icons that they released over the last few days. They released a couple over the last, I think, what was it? Say the 5th, yeah. So they released it over the last like 2 days. We do have two new Italian guys with Baggio and Cannavaro who look decent. Then I think the other one was Clarence Seedorf, who looks to be like a solid center mid, depending on how tall he is and how what his work rates are, because 68 defending, that's not bad at all, and 82 physical. Again, if he has good work rates, good height, that's actually going to be very good in the as a center mid or so. Makalele honestly doesn't really look that great in my opinion. I would take him obviously, but he kind of looks like Conte. Like Conte looks like just as good as this guy, unfortunately. So maybe not the best card in my opinion compared to the ones they've released. There's Lampard, Gerrard, Eusebio, Cruyff, and Rivaldo. In my opinion, Eusebio and Cruyff are definitely the two that look amazing. Maybe I've heard people say they kind of want to buff Gerrard's pace, maybe Lampard's pace a little bit. And again, hopefully their work rates are very, very good, because if not, a medium work rate player in the midfield may not be that great for at least me, but still, they still look like solid cards. And then I think there was one more, the Spanish icon, Raul. I think we definitely only had one icon for FIFA 18, or one Spanish icon for FIFA 18, that was Puyol. Before that we had Puyol and Butragueño, and I don't know if we had any others, but I know that last year or this year, FIFA 18, it was just Puyol. So we're going to be getting another Spanish icon. So now that we got all that stuff out of the way, we're going to be going into gameplay, going to go into Ultimate Team features, all that stuff. So let's check out the new gameplay features. Check that out real quick and see what we got for this. Active touch system, I think they talked about that. Just the way you receive or strike the ball, closer control. Hopefully that means when there's like input lag, or if players, at least hopefully that means people don't feel like they're stuck in mud. I don't really think that's more of like a dribbling thing, or I guess a first control thing. That's more of like dribbling and just bad connection in my opinion, and just not great gameplay. Dynamic tactics, we're actually going to take a closer look at that real quick. Definitely something that's very, very cool, with the fact that you basically can just kind of move around your players, right? There's like ultra, like I know they took out park the bus, and I think that probably means they took out all out attack. There's like ultra defensive, balanced, attacking, ultra attacking, right? And basically I think it's just you can make better decisions based on what's going on, right? And hopefully that adds a skill gap, but at the same time, hopefully for foot champions, or for foot divisions, foot rivals, which we'll talk about later, hopefully that means people are going to be super defensive, low pressure, and basically park the bus. I know again there's no technical park the bus, but hopefully the dynamic tactics don't really allow, or at least hopefully it kind of prevents people from actually parking the bus, right? You can go ultra defensive or something like that, but not everyone back, not everyone in the box like people were doing for Park the Bus and Foot Champions. So hopefully that's not necessarily a bad thing. Time finishing, another skill gap thing, which if it works out would be good, but again, it would be something that if you are an input lag, if you have a delay, then you're gonna be screwed. You're gonna be absolutely screwed, right? Or speed up lag, anything like that, you are gonna be screwed if you have any of that and you try to use time finishing, because then, you know, you have to, it's like basically like kind of, I saw some gameplay of it. It's basically like a little, I don't want to say timer, but it's kind of like a clock basically, right? And you have to just time it so it's in the green right down the middle basically. And again, if you are in bad gameplay, if you are stuck in input lag or speed up lag or any of that, if, you know, you could miss your shot and then you make it so, you know, you shoot in the red or whatever, and then it's just going to go out of bounds, right past the goalkeeper, or anything like that, right? It's just going to be a bad shot. So again, hopefully that just means that with the time finishing, that the input lag, all that stuff is out. 50-50 battles, this just seems something they shouldn't address. It just should just be in the game, right? User reactions, player attributes determine the outcome for winning loose balls across the pitch. Well, that should just happen, right? If you know, user reactions, if I react quicker and I have a faster player, I should go get the ball, right? And if, you know, if I'm closer or if it's equal, I should go get the ball. That should just kind of happen. Like, it shouldn't, they shouldn't really need to address something like that, in my opinion. And then there is that frostbite stuff, which I've heard a lot of people say is kind of the reason why the bad gameplay exists, like, at least for the last few years. So hopefully it kind of gets fixed for that. Now we're going to go into Ultimate Team, and because, you know, that was just kind of stuff for just gameplay in general, not necessarily stuff for Ultimate Team. Now we're going to be getting into Ultimate Team stuff. Starting off with Division Rivals, and this is probably the biggest thing, in my opinion. This is probably the best thing that they added, because it's something where it gives us a reason to play during the week. You can play unlimited games, and a loss doesn't really hurt you as much as it does in the Weekend League, right? In the Weekend League, if, you know, you're winning 1-0 and then all of a sudden you get disconnected, or, you know, you lose connection to EA servers and it's not your fault, but you still get the loss for it, that sucks, right? And that means, you know, if you're 39-0, and, you know, it happens when you're 39-0, that means you can't go 40-0. That means, you know, you get the loss, and that sucks. And that's, you know, kind of like flipping you off, basically. With Division Rivals, the way it looks at it, the way it seems, is that it's a kind of like a Rainbow Six Siege or a Rocket League type of style, where you play some initial games, kind of gets your initial ranking, and then, you know, the better you play, right, the more wins you get, then you can move up rankings, and then you can play as many games as you want. So then that way, you know, let's say you play 40 games, and let's say you win 35 and lose 5, right? That's going to be just as good as someone who only plays 20 games and wins 18 but loses 2. That's going to be the same, right? So hopefully this will replace Foot Champs in a way, or at least it will make them realize to kind of revamp Foot Champs to make it a style like this, where you can play kind of unlimited games. But, you know, like, the more you play, the more it'd be better for you, right? But you can kind of play unlimited games, and it would just be better for you that, you know, if you lose, it's not necessarily that big of a deal, because then you can just win your next 2, and then you're good to go and you're fine. So hopefully that's the case. Weekly rewards, some of the rewards don't look that great, unfortunately. You can choose some of them, though. You can choose your rewards, which is really nice. I do like that. Qualifies you for Weekend League, which is good. And I mean, again, that's kind of, it's kind of a basic concept, right? But I mean, it's something that they desperately needed. But again, it does kind of help us just because it's not really that stressful of a situation, right? Again, you don't feel like you have to win every single game like you do in Foot Champs. If you lose one, then you can just go and win your next 2, next 3, and it'll be totally fine. So hopefully, again, this is a good thing. Let's go back to some of the other features. I think one of the other ones was icons, which we already went over. Champions League, Europa League, right? We already kind of knew this going into when they actually announced it. Like, they announced it in the EA Play, and we knew they were going to get Champions League, Europa League, like a couple weeks before that. So we kind of knew about that. And then some more ways to play. Again, dynamic tactics. Again, it's kind of the ultra defensive, defensive attacking, ultra attacking stuff. Again, the defensive style type thing. Again, hopefully that doesn't mean people can just sit back and basically, I just hope this doesn't replace Park the Bus, right? I just hope it doesn't replace Park the Bus for FUT Champs, for, you know, division rivals or anything like that. So hopefully that's the case. Player picks, I'm not exactly sure what this is, honestly. I kind of just, if anyone knows, actually, just let me know, because I still don't really understand the concept of it. The way it seems to me, it's like if you get a reward or a certain pack or something like that, you can choose one of 5 players. I think that's what it is. Like, that's what it seems like to me, at least. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, just kind of let me know what the player picks thing is. FUT Champs channel, we already have that, but it's just basically just better stuff for us to kind of look at that. Companion app, which you already know, and then new way to manage stuff, which is really nice, just going to be quicker, and then advanced search options. Honestly, that one's pretty big for me, just because like with the new advanced filters and stuff, you can hopefully, you know, when you're searching for a special card or an inform, right, or let's say you want to go after 90 Conte instead of 89 Conte, or, you know, whatever the inform thing is or special card is, you have to go through all of his special cards to find a 90 card, right? You have to go through his Team of the Years, his World Cup cards, his informs, all of that stuff, just to find his 90 rated card. Whereas hopefully with the advanced search options, you can just say, okay, 90 rated, let's get this card specifically and see how much it's worth. So hopefully that's what we can do. But I mean, yeah, it's for SBCs, it's for untradeable stuff. So I mean, that's good that you're doing that, but it's just kind of that, you know, inform situation. Hopefully that's kind of just completely done and dusted, and we don't really have to worry about that. So that's probably going to be it for this video, guys. If you do have any questions, comments, if you want to talk about FIFA 19, what are you excited for, what you're not excited for, what you want to see, what you hope, you know, EA add in, any of that stuff, just, you know, leave a comment or something like that, and I'll, you know, leave a comment as well, just kind of talk to you about all that stuff. We can have discussion about it, and we can have other people join in that discussion as well. So hopefully you guys do that. But again, that is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. This has been DMG. Peace.